Hey guys, video number 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever in the order. I just made a pre-game video about Manchester United and Villarreal in the UEFA Champions League game today, which I'm going to prepare for. It's just a few hours away, but I have a video that is kind of like touch and go on the video that I made earlier about who was the best coach in history at the 49ers. This is looking at it from a different angle. I don't think Kyle Shanahan is good enough. He has shown over the last 4 or 5 years that for the 49ers he's not good enough. I saw a video half an hour ago, and I have to agree with them. How he did his, the press conference the day after, and apparently he didn't even want to do a press conference. He did a conference call, which to me is kind of like unheard of. I mean, if you go back in time and you look at Harbaugh, you look at Mariucci, you look at Seifert, Bill Walsh, all of them had a next day press conference in Santa Clara or in San Francisco. Back then it was Candlestick Park, but now in the later years it's like Santa Clara. But so it's just one thing after another with this dude. What is it gonna take to have him sacked? He needs to go. I mean, if Ed York has some backbone in his body, he will tell Shanahan that, you know what, if I don't see an improvement within 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you're gone. After the season, you're gone, and put an ultimatum. And if he gets angry and his feelings gets hurt and he want to run down home to daddy and cry about it, let him do that. If he wants to throw the team under a bus, let him do it. He's fucked up enough already. So looking forward, who do I think is capable enough and knowledgeable enough? Who has the right DNA? Who has the right coaching bone in his body to take 49ers on and go forward with the 49ers? I have two candidates for this job for the 49ers. And both of them have proven they're proven with that they can do it with a good team. They're proving that they can do it with a lesser good team, and they have shown that they can do it through hard times. I wish we could get, but I know that's not going to happen. I wish we could get Harbaugh back, but I know that's out of the question because he can't get along with Jed York probably. But I wish we could get Harbaugh back. Harbaugh is a tough nail, and he doesn't take shit. But there's two other coaches in the NFL in the NFL right now that I think we can lure away from their teams. And you might go like, who is this? Who is he talking about? Well, the first candidate out of two, and I'm putting these two side by side. They're just as good, both of them. I'm not going to favor one over the other. Number one is local here in Tennessee where I am, and that's Mike Rabel. I think he is absolutely capable of taking on the 49ers and taking them to new heights. I think he got what it takes to be a well-respected coach that gets results. He's been doing great with Tennessee Titans, who is somewhat a little, a team in the middle places of things. Not the worst in the league, not the best. Their squad and their players and their roster is like, it's not a star-spangled specked up like many other teams. Like you see, they're playing with, basically they're playing with a decent quarterback. And they have given him this year some more weapons in form of Julio Jones and stuff like that. But they lost a few players too. But they don't have, that wide range of players like the 49ers have. Tannehill maybe has one or two weapons to go to. While on the 49ers, you have a quarterback has like 6, 7, 8 different weapons to go with. So I think Mike Rabel would be a good alternative for the 49ers to go forward with. Would he be interested? I don't know. You can. It doesn't hurt to talk to him. Can you lure him away from Tennessee Titans? I don't know. The second candidate that I look at and I go like, this guy should have been at 49ers years ago. And he has had quite a success in the NFL over the years. Now you might wonder who it is. He is in the NFC, and his name is Sean Payton at New Orleans Saints. That is one coach that I have had extremely high respect for. He has gone through hard times, good times. His team has suffered injuries, and it was one blow after another. They had the referees against them in the playoffs and lost a game they shouldn't have lost. You know, he's been really going through the ringer many times. He is another coach that I think could take this 49ers team to absolute new heights. He's a smart. He knows. If there's one thing I really appreciate Sean Payton for, it is his professionality towards the players, towards the fans, towards the club, towards the team, towards the league. He's always been a very professional guy. And there's one thing he has that Kyle Shanahan do not have. Clock management, game management, play calling, stuff like that. I mean, yeah, Kyle maybe have a bag of tricks more than Sean Payton and Mike Rabel, but both of these coaches has better team management, better clock management, better play calling. Especially Sean Payton and his clock management is absolutely top notch. When it comes to clock management, I want to say that the two best in the league is probably Belichick and Payton when it comes to clock management and how to manage a game on time, how you spend time and how you gain time. How can you gain time? You gain time by taking time away from your opponent. These two coaches, both Mike Rabel and Sean Payton, has what it takes to gain time and conserve time and use time correctly. I mean, have they learned from Belichick? Probably. Everyone probably should have had. Kyle Shanahan clearly haven't. So here's my take on it. The 49ers and Ed York. I know this is like a shot in the dark, a light years away, but if you ever come across this video while Shanahan is still in the driver's seat, for God's sake, for the team's best, get rid of Kyle Shanahan. Keep John Lynch. He's good. He's doing great front office work. He's doing good on many things. But I think that Kyle is kind of like putting a damper on him, restricting his kind of work that he could do. Get rid of Kyle Shanahan and contact Mike Rabel and Tennessee Titans or Sean Payton and New Orleans Saints. Get one of those coaches. Like I said, I like them both. I stick them up against each other and say it's hard to choose. But probably if I had to go one way or another, because you can't have both, I'd probably go with Sean Payton. But if you get either one, I will be extremely happy. And I think that this organization called 49ers would benefit from both of them, either one of them. But my absolute favorite, maybe, if I had to pick one, would probably be Sean Payton. Until next time, guys, take care.